What is up? What is happening? What is going on, Cantaloupes? Believe it or not, our giveaway of NBA 2K18 and Madden 18 is still going on. If you don't know by now, there's 3 things you need to do in order to enter the sweepstakes. First, you need to like this video. Next, you need to subscribe to this channel. And third, you have to comment down below with anything you feel about me, the channel, or this video. We'll be picking a lucky subscribe commenter once we hit 5,000 likes. Oh, and make sure to follow our 2 accounts down here so that you don't miss our winner's announcement. It would be a shame if you were to win and you didn't follow us on social media, so you couldn't find out you won. All right, let's watch this video. When I was a kid, I used to blame stuff on my older brother all the time. Then he'd proceed to beat the crap out of me. In sports, fans tend to blame an innocent person more often than they probably should. But today, we are restoring those good people's good names. These are 10 times the wrong guy was blamed. Number 10, Tom Brady in Super Bowl 42. The 2007 Patriots were probably the most dominant team ever. Tom Brady set a record with 50 touchdowns. The Patriots as a team set the record for the most points in a single season, and they also became the first team to go 16-0 in a regular season. Then came Super Bowl 42 and the New York Giants. Much to the distress of the 1972 Miami Dolphins, we all expected them to make history and finish the season 19-0. However, in one of the greatest games in NFL history, they lost. Tom took a lot of blame for the loss, but it really should go partly to his offensive line, who allowed 5 sacks, partly to the Giants, and partly to the football gods. Number 9, Zinedine Zidane in the 2006 FIFA World Cup. Listen, I'm not going to pretend like I'm a soccer expert, because I'm not, but I do know that Zinedine Zidane is by far the most talented French player of all time. He won his nation the 1998 World Cup, and he was determined to bring one more title to France in 2006. During extra time in the final against Italy, Zidane was given a red card for this.
Go on so long. Well, I think words were obviously said, weren't that? Obviously, Materazzi said something.
There it is, you can't excuse that.
Why would you headbutt somebody in extra time of the World Cup final, you ask? Because this was the apparent exchange of words. Stop pulling on my shirt. If you want it, you can have it after the game. The opponent said, "I'd rather have your sister." Headbutt. Number 8, officials in Game 6 of the 1998 NBA Finals. Here we go again. Our weekly incorporation of the 1998 NBA Finals. You all know the story, so let's just fast forward to the series' iconic moment.
17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan, open, Chicago with the lead!
Was that a push-off? Okay, debatable, but Karl Malone did have a gut-wrenching turnover with his team up 1.
Malone is doubled. They swat at it and steal it. Here comes Chicago.
Also, why in the world did the Jazz not double-team MJ? Don't blame the refs for giving the Bulls the victory. The Jazz committed 2 horrible miscues at the worst possible time. Number 7, Jose Mesa in Game 7 of the 1997 World Series. The Indians were 2 outs away from winning the 1997 World Series, which would have been the first in the franchise since 1948. Jose Mesa was set to the mound in the top of the 9th, trying to preserve a 2-1 Cleveland lead. Well, the Florida Marlins rallied to tie it in the 9th before winning the series in extras. A lot of Indian fans blame Mesa for not getting those 2 outs. But what about Tony Fernandez's awful error?
Nagy Diaz. And Counsell punches it to the right side. Fernandez has it go through him. Bonilla will try for 3rd. Ramirez up with it, but there's no play on him. Bonilla dives in.
That right there set up the series clinching run. Fernandez deserves far more blame than Mesa does. Number 6, Peyton Manning in Super Bowl 44. When people talk about clutch players, Peyton Manning usually doesn't come up. But why? Many like to believe this play right here ruined that legacy.
picked off. Look out. Gets past Manning, and it's Tracy Porter taking it all the way. Touchdown, New Orleans.
What about this drop pass by Pierre Garçon that could have led to a touchdown?
The route breaks down, nice cut against Jabari Greer. It was a blitz by the Saints defense, and if he catches this, it's a foot race around the corner.
Or what about this special teams botch?
Every time he comes off the field.
Onside kick to start the second half, and the ball bounces off the hands of the Colt, and it looks like the Saints had it for a second.
Scrum for the football.
How about this way to start the second half? And it's Saints football. They recover the onside kick.
Or what about this other special teams mistake?
It's 51 yards. Stover. And the kick is wide left.
Manning completed 31 passes for 333 yards. But yeah, go ahead and hand him the blame. He'll be fine. Probably eating some Papa John's right now. Number 5, Don Dankinger in the 1985 World Series. The St. Louis Cardinals just needed to win Game 6 of the 85 World Series. They led by a run in the bottom of the ninth, and the Royals needed a rally. It all started with a blown call by first base umpire Don Dankinger.
And Worrell races over to cover. The throw doesn't get him. Worrell got to the bag in an argument here, and here comes Herzog amongst the other court.
The Royals went on to score 2 runs and win the game. The Cardinals could and should have worked out of that jam, and they also had a chance to win it all in Game 7. They lost 11-0. The better team won. So it's not entirely on the ump. Number 4, every LeBron James NBA Finals loss. When LeBron wins an NBA championship, people like to say it's because of the super team he's on. Anytime LeBron loses in the NBA Finals, people like to blame him entirely. Remember when the Spurs swept the Cavs in the 2007 Finals? He averaged 22 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists per game. But yeah, sure, blame him. But what about the 2014 NBA Finals against the same Spurs? Well, he averaged only 28.2 points per game. Same story in 2017. Blame him all you want, it's not his fault. Number 3, Bill Buckner in the 1986 World Series. If there's one play to summarize the Red Sox 86-year World Series drought, it's this.
Little roller up along first, behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it.
The Sox had a 5-3 lead in the bottom of the 10th in a possible series-clinching Game 6. They got the first 2 outs and then allowed the Mets to rally. And the Red Sox led 3-0 in Game 7 and ended up losing 8-5. It was a team effort to keep that streak alive, but Bill Buckner will always take the blame for it. Number 2, Russell Wilson and Ricardo Laquette hand the ball off to beast mode Marshawn Lynch at the 1-yard line, and you're back-to-back Super Bowl champs.
Play clock at 5. Pass is intercepted at the goal line by Malcolm Butler.
All right, was it the best throw by Wilson or the best effort by Lockett? Maybe not. But I think we all know Pete Carroll should be the one who really takes the blame. Run the damn ball, Pete. Number 1, Steve Bartman. Game 6 of the 2003 NLCS. The Chicago Cubs were 5 outs away from winning their first NL pennant since 1945. A 3-0 lead, top of the 8th inning. What could go wrong?
Reaching into the stands and couldn't get it, and he's livid with a fan.
Steve Bartman prevented a Moises Alou catch for a second out. Blame him all you want, but Bartman didn't do this.
Left center field on the run. Alou on the run is lofted, and it's off the ivy. 3 runs are going to score on a double by Mordecai.
The sad thing is Bartman has literally lived his life in exile since this play. Is it his fault the Cubs unraveled in every way? Or that they lost Game 7? Never has a sport ruined a person's life quite like Steve Bartman. Who else do you think was a huge scapegoat in sports history? Join me in the comments below. If you're new to Total Pro Sports, hit the subscribe button and then comment and like so that you can enter our giveaway for Madden 18 or NBA 2K18. Until next time, I'm Mike Cantalupo. Thanks for watching.